Alright, so winter 2017. Decided to just, watch a random horror movie. This one's from the 70s. I've been putting it off forever.
Devil Dog, the Hound of Hell, 1978.
I made Keckler review this one time, like a few years ago, because I wanted to watch it, but I didn't know if it would suck or not.
You put it on the back burner, and you're like, I don't know if it's going to suck, so... And then now we finally watch it.
But I have to advocate for it. Yeah, it's very watchable. It's readily available on YouTube.
Not a lot of filler, and the plot advances pretty quickly. Alright, let's get into it.
Oh, and the opening scene is just... It's great and sinister because we get first it's this lady. She's very she has so much
she's
composure.
Of the dark forces and from a call, and she's with her little goons, and they're at some breeder trying to get a German Shepherd, the bind dog, so they can use it to possess it and put a demon into it.
She's got the two android agents with her, but they're
biological androids with synthetic skin on the outside.
I wouldn't go that far, but they gave that kind of impression, the drone type of mentality.
More like they're just under MK Ultra and were just brainwashed by her cultic appeal.
And she's like, "How much do you need for this dog?" And the guy's reluctant.
Like, well, I plan on mating it tomorrow.
They go in there so surreptitiously with their intentions, but then he's like, "Well, what are you guys gonna do with it? It's not good. It's good around kids." And they're like, "Well, we don't care because we don't. It's not gonna be around kids."
A demon and put it in it.
And then she doesn't want to give any more information about it.
But then, so
she pays $5,000 for it. Anyway, fast forward, next scene, they're already doing the occult ritual where they're summoning... Okay, this is the body that they chose for Satan. A German Shepherd. An effing jug dog.
It's just a demon.
Well, it is called Devil Dog.
Okay,
so Satan
they put the actual devil reincarnated into a drug dog.
Yeah, it's his nickname.
Anyways, and when they never mention this occult ever again throughout the movie.
Yeah, the best...
It's just the opening scene just to show the dog.
The best bodily vessel that they could find is a fucking
four-legged
mutt.
Canine mutt.
Whelp. But it's one of the finest of its kind.
Perfect cover. Perfect vessel.
And,
so then the next scene is just like, oh, the dog already had kids, and it's like the spawn of it is all possessed, and this is just one dog that got
you're like
given to a family.
They do the ritual. It's classic 70s occult, and like, just shut up. They give it to a family, mom, dad. Just shut up for a second. Yeah, you're like, you think there's something special about this dog that they buy in the opening scene, but this just ends up being the hellish spawn of it. And
one of the hellish spawn.
And they use this this seemingly innocuous hillbilly to peddle it to families around like California's suburbia, and it's a puppy, and so while it's still a puppy, this family gets it. They got a boy, a girl, and the two main characters. Okay, the wife, Yvette Maximum, or whatever it is, some French name. Elmid thought she was like, Elmid's like, if you're 67, you totally marry this woman.
Totally irrelevant. Yeah, she's attractive.
But it needs to be addressed.
Yes, I thought she was 60. She looks like an older woman that just took care of herself. Anyways.
And he was so lustful in his tone throughout the whole movie. And shut up for a second. Let me continue this.
All about a personal diss. Of a natural feeling. Anyways,
she's 35 when they filmed this. He thought she was 60.
So
I tried to warn him. Women age, their flesh decays fast.
The first possession scene is where the dog's trancing the father.
No. He kills the maid, the Mexican maid. She's like,
I think the first one.
It ends up it's when she's still a puppy. Just shut up.
So describe the maid first warns him like, hey, the dog is possessed.
She's a total God-fearing, like Catholic, like vigil
Hispanic maid.
She's got the classic Mother Mary shrine like in her fucking little maid's quarters, and she ends up combusting into like a Mother Mary pyre
because the dog looked at her and instantly combusted her.
later on, okay, then it's like the very next scene. It's like, oh, we moved on from that. It's like a full-grown...
Oh, the maid's dead.
It's a full-grown beast, and
it's summed up out of nowhere. Like, oh, he's fully grown.
It's like, hey, he reaped no hell since then.
But till then.
And so he ends. This is one of the plot lines that they go into kind of next. He like seduces the mom. You know, the one who Elmid thought that she was 60.
Doesn't seduce her. He just
it implies it, utterly complies it when he chases her into the room and she like runs into the room and he like runs in after her. And then from that scene on.
Oh, he's got to use the word licentious. Hold up, let him get it out.
What are you talking about? You know how she gets. She becomes a cigarette smoking, lecturous, sensuous floozy from there on, and then the blame gets put on the son, and to synopsize this element, the wife makes the dad a cuck. So that's a huge plot twist there, because the neighborhood dogs end up dying and they blame it on the kid, and the mom's like, yo, this guy's investigating our son, I better make a cuckold of you. Yep, and they go there, and it gets really dark and awkward and dire, and she does it so unabashedly, and she's so debauched in her and cavalier in her attitude, where you kind of get offended, but you like the drama, so you can't look away.
So the husband's concerned naturally with the family. And the wife's possessed, the kid's possessed, and he notices that it's the dog, and he seeks advice from some occultic lady.
Shut up. The guy who she cucked him with, Miles, he ends up getting murdered. Actually, he ends up getting mauled by the devil dog.
Oh, he gets hit by the car.
In the form of a nimbus. No, he's like sleeping in his bed, and the devil dog shows up and
he runs out of his house as what's his name's pulling up the husband, and he gets hit by that car.
The husband hits him?
No, he's pulling up the scene in that other car.
I was blinded by his coruscating orb.
Anyways, Miles gets hit by a car, and they come home, and he's like, Miles is dead, and they're all possessed and don't even care. Like, oh, he's dead? Oh, whatever. So they slowly get more and more evil and sinister.
Yeah, remember he goes to go to get a CAT scan because he's losing his mind, but he knows that, but he's completely sober the whole time and pretty lucid, and he's like trying to tell the doctor, and the doctor
just wants to sell more pills.
He takes this angle, he's like, how's your anxiety and stress at work?
How's work?
Is that causing it? And he's like, dude, my family's
dog is possessed,
worshiping Satan and drawing out satanic art at 3 a.m. And
you want to talk to me about work?
Yeah, stress is at work. What? And
so he goes to seek occultic advice instead of health advice.
Yeah, the first one, he goes to your cliche woman with too much jewelry, kind of a fortune teller type. She's got her own occultic library. She whips out
overcharges for a hand reading, don't we?
And she whips out the book, one of the books, and she's like, "Oh, it's incomplete, but hey, look at here."
If you fly to Tibet,
shut the fuck up. It's Ecuador, asshole.
Shut up. It's Ecuador.
And you really don't see this twist gotta go. You're like, what? They're gonna take this low-budget '70s horror movie to Ecuador?
But really, it's just like Arizona, and they call it Ecuador. Go.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's seeking the wisdom, occultic wisdom about the possessed demon dog from this old shaman who lives up in the mountains. And the taxi driver drops him off, and he's like, you will not find him. He will find you.
Yeah,
they cliche that.
Couldn't get more
Anyways, sum it up.
Anyways, you're an asshole. Keeps cutting me off. So how can I sum up anything when I have to really sum it up before my sentence gets severed by your fucking audacity? Anyway, his expedition to Ecuador, yeah, what a shocker. And the final showdown is, they're like, oh yeah, well you got it in you to defeat him.
Shaman gives him the Illuminati tattoo of Horus, the eye on his hand, like, here's the tattoo, and I'll go back, and you will defeat the dog.
Yeah, they go to some abandoned factory, like, hey, it's easy to film here, we'll just film here at night.
They go to Access Chemicals.
And
have a showdown of spiritual warfare. Like they're two wizards.
They go full blown 70s effects. You know what they kind of angle they tried to do? It was a total inspiration from the intimidating dog, the Minotaur dog from The Omen, how it gets possessed by Damien. That's kind of like what vein of inspiration they were going for. And it was quite enthralling. It wasn't too great. And it's like this cult who possesses the dog. They're like, once in an epoch, we could give a vessel to Satan. And they never show up for the rest of the movie. The woman, no.
No, they go back to their daily lives.
They're like, what's their daily lives? Burning black candles? They're not up during the day.
Anyways, he defeats the dog and traps it for another 1,000 years. Can't kill it.
You know who his daughter is in this? A young Kim Richards. She's only 14.
Yeah,
this is Paris Hilton's
Nobody cares.
aunt.
Anyways,
You don't care about anything,
freeze frame. They're going on next scene. Like everybody's all happy and the family's back to normal and they're going on vacation. The wife and the kids. And then they pull out, and then it freeze frames, and like two cars walking by, driving by, and it's just like freeze frame, like all happy. And
yeah, what kind of editing free frame is that shit? Anyway, this was a made-for-TV movie from CBS, so yeah, it doesn't get too graphic or
recommend
anything.
It. I give it a B.
Definitely an entertaining watch. A lot of the stunts they did with the dog and everything, it was all pretty stilted and hesitant. Obviously, it's tough to get a dog
to
do some of its things.
Time, you know what I mean, with the red camera.
They had to do that to make him intimidating.
Some of the POV shots with the dogs, some, and then some.
Yeah, so not too much.
The era.
Not too much dead air. It moves along at a compelling pace.
At the end, the 70s CGI is the glowing fiery orb.
All right, we're done with this. Check out us in the future on another Saturday Night Horror Reviews. Those are the only days I really upload. I upload slideshows too or whatever. Send your requests for any reviews you might want us to do. And thanks for watching.